Hello and welcome to the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Reuter, and this podcast is brought to you by thelegendarychiropractor.com, an interactive and immersive virtual platform for prospective chiropractic students, current chiropractic students, recent chiropractic school graduates, and even veteran doctors of chiropractic out in the field wanting just a little bit more from this profession. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode, and if you do, be sure to share with a friend, leave us a rate, leave us a review, and also be sure to subscribe to get more. Chiro HD, superior cloud-based practice management software. Chiro HD is a user-friendly, all-in-one EHR solution built with one mission: to help you run your practice like a boss. Learn more at chirohd.com. Total Clinic Solutions is your go-to source for purchasing both brand new and refurbished chiropractic equipment, as well as phone support for repairs and maintenance. Call Derek and allow him to combine your wishes and his 23 years of chiropractic equipment expertise to find what's best for you and your patients at 704-622-4089 or head to totalclinicsolutions.com now. Yo, what is going on, Legendary Chiropractors? Johnny Reuter here with another episode of the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast. I am in my car. I just got home. If you're watching this live, thanks for tuning in. Drop some comments below if you find value in this. If you're listening to this later on audio podcast, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're having a very powerful week this week. And it's a good day. It's a really, really good day. So I look like a floating head, but I'm in my car. I have the lights on above me. But what's important is that we're talking about branding. Now, just last week, we talked all about branding for chiropractic students. How can you really get that ball rolling? And for audio podcast listeners, this was last season. So if you're tuning in now, this is all about recent graduates and doctors in regards to branding and how you really set yourself apart from the rest of the pack as a chiropractor, right? How do you really start to get people in your office? What does that look like, especially nowadays with this, whole pandemic thing going on and in the past, hopefully. But how do you brand yourself, and how do you really start to get people into your office as a recent chiropractic school graduate, and or as an associate doc, and or as a veteran doctor of chiropractic? So we're going to talk about all those things. Always, of course, I gotta shamelessly plug here. Always be sure to go to chiropractor.com. Check out everything that we're offering for the first and only chiropractic specific app to post and find jobs. We're going to be launching that come April 2021. If you're listening to this later on audio podcast, it probably has already been released. But what's important is that you truly get on the beta wait list right now. If you're watching this live, I want you to leave this live and go to, there we go. Are we back? Okay, we're back. Okay, cool. I lost signal for a second there. But I encourage you to leave this podcast and go to go.chiropractor.com and add your name, email, and phone number to that beta wait list. You're not going to want to miss out on this. This is going to be revolutionary for the chiropractic profession. And speaking of which, we are going to be vending at a couple events in this year in 2021. So be on the lookout for us at events coming up. There are a lot of vitalistic chiropractic events still happening. So we're going to try to get to those and make sure that we can say hi to all of our friends, our coworkers, our colleagues, and make sure that people see and understand exactly what chiropractic is and how it's going to help them in the future. So with that being said, let's dive right into branding for recent chiropractic school graduates and doctors of chiropractic. What does branding mean? First of all, you got to know what branding is before you can go out there and actually apply it to your life and your practice and your business. So branding to me, from a personal standpoint, from an opinion, branding to me is how the public portrays you and your company, right? So with that being said, how do you begin right now to write the narrative for your company before somebody else does it first, right? How do you set yourself apart from the pack? By design work, logos, words, phrases, name of practice, name of business, right? How do you start to really hone in on those things as a doctor opening up a practice? How do you really start to laser focus in on those things? I will tell you this, at the time of recording this, I am currently having all of these things running through my head, which is why it's so cool that we're able to talk about these things right now, because as I go to the end of my contract with my associateship, I am done in November of 2021. Now, after that, my dream, my hope is that I'm going to open up my own practice come January/February of 2022. So now I got to start thinking of how the heck do I brand myself for my community in this ginormous city that is Chicago, Illinois, and how do I attract clientele to my office, to my practice? That's the big question. So with that being said, I always want to make sure that what I put out there to the public, for the public to see and hear, right, is always something that is boosting my brand as a chiropractic practice, so that they get to identify this face with that name, that logo, and those particular phrases that we consistently use over and over and over again to make sure that we're really driving points home about health, and wellness, right? So that's what a brand is how really the public portrays you and what kind of narrative you're putting out into the public via design, colors, words, quotes, names, like things like that. Start thinking about those things. And in fact, if you listen to this podcast and you heard last season as a chiropractic student, you know for certain that you should have started all of this in chiropractic school. You should have started every single thing that I'm talking about right now in chiropractic school. So why does branding really begin to help you? Once you write that narrative, once you have the logo, the design, the quotes, the phrases, the things that you're going to use in your practice, and now people can start identifying that with your face, your name, your voice, etc. How can you start to use that and leverage that to get patients in the door? Well, let's answer that, right? Well, you can start doing it by, right, introducing yourself as, hey, I'm Dr. So-and-so with whatever the name of your practice is, right? I'm Dr. So-and-so with whatever the name of your practice is, right? And then you also start to build awareness before you even open your doors. This is so important, guys, because a lot of students have the opportunity to do this, because a lot of students have the capabilities and capacities to use the internet to be on their side versus against them. And the way I'm going to say that, and the way I'm going to go about doing that, is I want you to brand yourself, your business, your practice, and I want you to now create some sort of autoresponder list. I don't care if it's in Active Campaigns. I don't care if it's in MailChimp. I don't care if it's in a Google Doc. I really don't care where it is. I just want you to start keeping track of this stuff. So what I want you to do is start posting live videos. I want you to start shooting content. I want you to start posting pictures and images and phrases and words and quotes and things of that nature, because what that's going to do for you is it is truly going to help you in regards to building an email list before you even open your doors. So you post a video, you put a link to whatever form you have people filling out. You say, give me your name, give me your email, and give me your phone number. And then all of a sudden, guess what? The first email auto response to them is, hey, welcome to whatever your brand is, whatever your chiropractic practice name is, right? Welcome to the Legendary Chiropractor, right? And here's what you're going to see over the course of the next maybe three to 6 months worth of content, right? And we call this drip content. So you're constantly dripping things in front of them to make sure that they understand who you are, where you're coming from, and what the heck you do and how you're going to help them, right? So now you're starting to get different pain points of people. And we're going to talk about that in later episodes, but we're going to talk about ideal client and target market and things like that and how you can really hone in on them and really start to attract people into your practice, into your business. And that's what branding's all about. It's creating that awareness. It's really about making sure that people in the public know who you are, what you do, and how you can help them before they even ever walk in your doors, right? So you're from your logo to your slogan to your to the images that you share on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat and TikTok, from all of the social media perspectives, everything should be congruent to make sure that it's only boosting your brand and you as the doctor and as the person behind the brand, so that people start to gain trust and credibility in you and what you're offering them, so that they can come into your office and they can become familiar with who you are on a more personal and professional level. Right? So that's what brand awareness is all about. That's what branding is all about. And if you listen to this podcast, you should have known and should have started brand awareness way back as a chiropractic student, as early on as first quarter, right? And then as you became more clear and clear and clear on who you wanted to serve, how you were going to serve them, and where you were going to be serving them, that is where then that clarity is able to show over time. But at least you have years of content and value to produce for your patients and for those future patients that are interested in who you are, right? Because the last thing I want, if you're a new business, that's fantastic. But the last thing I want is to go online and see that you have like 2 reviews, and then all of a sudden I'm like supposed to just trust you and who you are, right? How am I supposed to come into your doors if I don't understand your brand and what you do and what you speak and what you preach to the public? That's really important to me as a consumer. So I want to be able to produce that for other people. And I think that's really, really, really important. So that's all I got for you today and tonight. I hope you have a great week this week, a powerful evening this evening, and really, really, really powerful day today. This is branding for recent graduates and doctors. And again, you should have started this back as you were a student, but if you didn't, it's never too late to begin branding and or begin a rebranding phase. Be sure to check out chiropractor.com, and or go to the App Store, download and check out Chiropractor for all that it's worth. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Get on the Chiropractor wait list. If you haven't already, go.chiropractor.com. The link is above in the description. And for those listening on audio podcast, the link is in the description of this episode. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day today, a great week this week, and stay legendary, my friends. Peace and love. Bye. Dr. Stu Hoffman, founder and president of ChiroSecure Malpractice Insurance, is the foremost expert in both risk management and risk avoidance. Understanding the everyday challenges of today's practicing chiropractor and the current public perception of chiropractic has made ChiroSecure the fastest growing malpractice insurance program of the last 28 years. Find out more at chirosecure.com. Imaging Services' primary business is chiropractic solutions. With over 45 years in the industry of helping chiropractors, Michael Tokash offers free consultations on building your business. In the past year, Imaging Services has installed over 100 X-ray machines and digital X-ray systems in over 42 states across the United States. For more, head to theimagingservices.com. Dr. Brad Glowacki runs one of the highest volume, highest profile, highest profitability practices in the world, and it's all run with vitalistic communication procedures. Those procedures from his office are then shared with other chiropractors at his various trainings as a part of Level Up mentoring. This information is created, developed, tested, and then packaged simplistically before being taught. With bruises and scars from making mistakes, Dr. Glow always delivers refined content that is battle-tested and simplified for use on Monday. To level up your life and practice, head over to levelupmentoring.rocks. That's levelupmentoring.rocks. Again, I'm your host, Johnny Reuter, and you're listening to the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for engaging with us on all of our platforms, including, but not limited to, Facebook and Instagram, all at The Legendary Chiropractor. Be sure to check our home site out at thelegendarychiropractor.com, as we have much to offer for prospective chiropractic students, current chiropractic students, recent chiropractic school graduates, and even veteran doctors of chiropractic out in the field. And lastly, I'd like to thank not only you, our listener, but also our podcast sponsors. Without them, this show wouldn't be possible. So I encourage you to go check out their websites and what they have to offer in the show notes for this episode. Thanks again. Stay legendary, my friends.